The first step of my plan was to play dumb. The next morning at work, I was the same old hunter. I smiled at Mark, asked him how his evening was. He looked a little flustered, but quickly recovered. When I saw Alexis that night, I acted like nothing was wrong. I hugged her, listened to her fake stories about her long day at work. But their ignorance was my greatest weapon. They thought they were getting away with it, which made them careless. While they were sneaking around, I was gathering evidence. I started documenting everything. The late nights Mark approved for Alexis when she wasn't even in the office. The business trips they took together, paid for by the company. I found emails, hotel receipts, and schedules that painted a very clear picture of their affair and how they were using company resources to fund it. Mark was sloppy. He thought he was untouchable. He would approve his own expense reports, full of lavish dinners and client meetings that were just dates with Alexis. Each piece of evidence was a brick in the wall I was building around them. The big project we were all working on was my chance to strike. It was a multi-million-dollar software launch, and Mark was the project lead. He was so distracted by his affair with Alexis that he was making mistakes, big ones. He was cutting corners on quality assurance, ignoring bug reports, and pushing the team to meet unrealistic deadlines, just so he could look good to the higher-ups. I saw the impending disaster, but instead of warning him, I helped it along. Subtly, of course, I'd agree with his bad decisions in meetings, saying things like, "Yes, Mark." That's a brilliant way to save time. I kept a private log of every bad call he made, every warning he ignored. Meanwhile, I used my knowledge of the system to plant a few time bombs. Not malicious code, nothing illegal, just elegant, simple bugs that would be almost impossible to trace back to a single developer. I was creating a clear contrast between my diligence and Mark's negligence. The CEO was there, along with major stakeholders. Mark was preening, taking all the credit, shaking hands and smiling for the cameras. Alexis was in the audience, looking at him with stars in her eyes. I stood at the back of the room, just watching, my heart pounding with a cold, steady rhythm. The countdown began. 3, 2, 1. For the first 30 minutes, everything seemed fine. Mark was gloating, accepting congratulations. Then, the first reports came in. System crashes, data corruption, customer accounts being wiped. The whole thing was imploding, live in front of everyone. The celebratory atmosphere curdled into panic. Mark's face went white. He started barking orders, but it was too late. The system was in a death spiral. He had no idea what was wrong or how to fix it. He was completely and utterly exposed as an incompetent leader. While the chaos unfolded, I calmly walked over to the CEO and the head of HR. I handed them a sleek, well-organized binder. "Sir, ma'am," I said, my voice steady, "I believe this will explain everything." And a technical breakdown of why the system failed, a failure that was a direct result of his gross negligence. The fallout was immediate and brutal. An emergency board meeting was called. Alexis, who had been living a lifestyle funded by my income and Mark's corporate credit card, was hit the hardest. She had to move back in with her parents. I saw her a few months later at a coffee shop. She looked tired and defeated. She tried to apologize, to explain, but I just looked at her and felt nothing. No anger, no sadness, just emptiness. The person I loved was gone, replaced by a stranger who had made her own choices. I told her, "You both made your bed. Now you have to lie in it." And I walked away. As for me, the company promoted me. They put me in charge of the recovery project, and I successfully rebuilt and launched the software. My career took off. I moved on, met someone new, someone who values honesty and trust. Sometimes I think about Hunter and Alexis, and I don't feel pride in what I did. Revenge, I learned, isn't sweet. It's just final. They destroyed my world, and in response, I simply held up a mirror and let them see the reflection of their own actions. They didn't lose everything because of me. They lost it because of themselves. And that, I think, is the most fitting justice of all. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've ever been through something similar, know that the best revenge is living well and moving forward. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content. See you next time.